Sup, Mason? Sup. I will PS Plus by Monday.
Are you ready for Camping World Truck Series action?
Maybe Sunday.
Alright, let's go.
Go, go, go!
Hang on a sec, gotta unmute the TV. So a reminder, last week we ran New Hampshire and Martinsville, and this week we run New Hampshire. This is the last truck out for qualifying.
All lines, make count.
We'll have to see if he can win the pole.
All right, that's our run. Back her down.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna start second. So Ross Chastain starts on the pole for New Hampshire. Give me just a second. Alright guys, let's get this truck race underway. So 175 laps, 200 miles. And we're ready to get the call 811 before you dig 200 presented by New Hampshire 811 underway, and it is green flag. Chastain leads him to the green. Looks like we got 55 laps in stage 1 and already some contact. They get 69 laps estimated of fuel. And the 11 has jumped out to the lead. So 55 laps here in stage 1. Give us just a sec. I need him to call me back. So again, same concept as Martinsville, just wider and bigger. You still have to slow down in the turns because it's still technically a flat track like Martinsville. I would say this is the twin of Martinsville right here. Martinsville has about 3 lanes and is shorter and thinner, but this track is like Martinsville. Is running the same scheme that he ran at Martinsville a week ago. That is only for the Truck Series, for the Cup and Xfinity Series on Sunday. He will run for the Xfinity, he'll run his Kelly Blue Book scheme, and then he'll run a different scheme on his, actually the same scheme as last week on his Cup car too, the guaranteed rate. 51 to go in stage 1. So if you win at this track, you don't just win a trophy, you win a unique trophy. Along with the lobster. That's what makes the trophy unique, is that 11's in the wall and then into the 54, I believe that was, but everything stays under control. So we will stay green.
Still there. They're all around. All clear.
Closer and closer to that regular season finale, but after tonight we'll have 8 races to go left in the regular season for the Camping World Truck Series.
Car on the outside now.
And there's our first caution of the day. So we're gonna restart.
Alright, you're coming to the green. Be ready here.
And now we're green.
Car on the outside now. Clear high, clear high.
Still got 45 to go here in stage 1, but I mean, since this track is technically like Martinsville, it'll be over before you know it, and we already have a truck out of the race. Oh, is that our pole sitter back there? $175 laps tonight. This track is always interesting to run. The Magic Mile here is absolutely one of the cool looking tracks on the schedules. Again, it's pretty much a paperclip, but just wider, and the pit road is made differently here than it is at Martinsville. I gotta say though, it's gonna be a fun night here.
Stay high up here.
As there's our second caution of the day. And no, that is not Ross Chastain on the race either, because he sits 5th right now after starting on the pole.
Coming to the green, driver. Ready.
And the green flag is back out. We restart on lap 17 of 55 with 39 to go. Here in stage 1. Flirting with that wall a little bit, better be careful. Almost clipping the wall at the exit of pit road. You might not go very fast around this track, but don't let it fool you. If you get turned at this track, you can sustain damage just about anyway. You could go sliding through that grass at over 100 miles an hour and hit the wall. You could hit the entrance to pit road, the exit. So that's why you gotta be careful not to go too fast. You never know when something could happen. Yeah, I couldn't imagine hitting that inside wall at over 100 miles an hour. Especially if you are up high where the leader is right now and you get turned. Ugh. That would give me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, that time he hit the wall. And that will bring out a caution and he'll pit. So he'll restart 27th.
Coming to the green. Be ready here.
So that's what we were talking about. You can hit the wall if you're not careful enough. And that time he just got bit by the wall. Flirted with it too much and it had enough, so it slapped him.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
33 to go.
Clear outside. Got one inside. Clear low, bud. All right, you're clear. We got a car high now. All clear.
So Enfinger will lead the lap.
All right, you're clear.
But how about all the way back into the top 4 after pitting?
Clear high, bud. All right, you're clear.
high side, crossover,
Stay on the bottom.
and we'll take the lead back.
All clear.
And goes up to block. .31 to go in stage 1. Got too close to the wall that time and just slid into it, but not really as much damage as he got before, so. He'll continue on with 30 to go. Stage 1, and that's one thing I like about the 11 this season. He actually manages to pull away once he gets the lead. Laps to go. Stage 1. Now in real life, the trucks never run at this track. But I think it would be an interesting track for at least a playoff race for the Truck Series, or maybe even they go there the same weekend as the Xfinity and Cup Series, because why not? We put them at Martinsville for a regular season race this year.
All right, you're clear.
Should toss them on the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for a
Clear
week.
high, bud.
And I feel like any track that's on the schedule now
Bottom clear.
that has a road course hooked onto it, they should try the road course on that track for
That's the
the.
halfway mark.
So like if they go to that track twice, they could run the road course race in the regular season and then the oval race in the playoffs. Here at New Hampshire, though, they wouldn't be able to do 2 races here. They would have to choose between the oval and road course. But as you see back there, there is a chicane on the backstretch here at New Hampshire. The Magic Mile does have a road course. I think it would be just awesome
Still there.
if they allowed
All right, you're clear.
the Trucks, Xfinity, or Cup Series to run on it. I'm guessing if they were going to run the road course for one series, they'd probably just make it the whole weekend and all series run on it. One race I'm hoping they consider bringing back is the Daytona road course. I like that. Daytona 500 one week and then Daytona road course the next, especially because they moved Homestead, Miami to the playoffs.
Stay low. Clear high, bud.
As Renume goes around, that's going to bring out a caution.
Yellow's out.
That's got to
Backer
be
down.
the 5th caution this evening, excuse us. Also coming up after the race, an all-new episode of GTA 5 Live PD. So stay tuned for that.
Almost ready.
And we go green again.
Down, let's go. All right, careful.
22 laps to go in stage 1. Now the only difference between here and Martinsville is the Magic Mile does have an infield big enough for victory lane to be in the infield. Martinsville is too small for that, so they have it right on the front stretch where the start-finish line is. But it's the same track, just bigger and wider. Gotta love us some Martinsville racing, and even Martinsville style racing. Yes, you do. And in the cup race there last Saturday night at Martinsville, Urbane broke a record. He led all 250 laps of that race. And obviously won that race. That was good, as Renume is on pit road and more than likely going to be out of this race. Not really sure why though. It was a spin, unless he broke something, and that is what contributed to the spin. But everyone else remains in the race. Well, next race, Hunt Brothers Pizza back on board of the 11 for the Truck Series. Last time that was on board the 11 was the first Atlanta race and the only Atlanta race for the Truck Series. We did not do the second race there for the Truck Series. We actually had a two-race break after Phoenix and then did Martinsville. Back to that Renume spin, though. That had to be scary for the leader. I mean, he spun out practically in front of him. And you have to slow down in those turns, so sometimes it can be hard to steer up the track and get out of the way. Yeah, at a track like this, you're better off running the high side around the turn in a case of that. Now, if the truck spins out but then comes up the track, then you're kind of...
Stay high. Outside. All clear.
A dry well on a hot summer day, in that case.
All right, you're clear. Farther on the inside. All right, clear low. All right, clear outside. Clear high, bud. Farther on the inside.
Well, last week at Martinsville, he led all 34 laps in stage 1. And then 31 of 32 laps in stage 2, and then the final 55 laps to the checkered flag last week at Martinsville here in the Camping World Truck Series. Now currently out front. Didn't lead every lap of stage 1, but led most of them today. Or tonight, excuse us. Today, tonight, whatever. For some of us it is today. Because right now, since it's dark over here, halfway across the world, it's daylight out right now. 9 o'clock in the morning. All clear. Final 15 laps of stage 1. We've seen 5 cautions so far. And
careful, still there. All right.
Trucks really aren't used to this track, but they'll get used to it. This is only their second season on this track for most of them. So we ran this track last year as well, and more than likely it will be on next year's schedule too.
All right, you're clear.
Yeah, there's nothing good like a New Hampshire race. The Xfinity Series was supposed to go to Chicagoland on Wednesday, but plans changed due to it messing with the schedule. So, instead, they will go to that track next season. And it has been confirmed, for those of you wondering about Kansas Speedway, we already had our race there this season, but that's going to remain the same for next season as well. Only one race at Kansas, but it will actually come later in the season than when it usually did. Slowed down just enough. A quick bump into the back of the Rudge there.
All clear.
And Clay Greenfield was so good making, like, at the start of the year, but ever since then, it's been really falling back in points and definitely out of the playoff picture.
Alright, you're clear.
Yeah, only the top 10 in points can qualify for the playoffs here in the Camping World Truck Series, so you gotta make sure you're finishing 10th. Well, starting at Daytona, it won't be if you get a top 10 that you're in the playoffs. You'll actually be fighting for points at that point. So, consecutive back-to-back top 10s in the closing weeks of the regular season will help you towards the playoffs, which begin at Talladega.
10 laps to go.
So just keep that in mind. So once we get to Daytona, that means you know that they're fighting for the final, like they're fighting for points. And obviously the 10 trucks with the most points or wins will advance to the playoffs, while others will have to wait another year. Not really another year, just another off-season before they get a chance to win. Nine laps go in stage 1. Enfinger currently second, gonna go a lap down. Is that everybody? That's a lap down.
That one's down low now.
That means we ran a lot of green flag laps. Eight laps go on stage 1. Well, since Enfinger's second, though, you know he's gonna get the free pass at the end of the stage. Yeah. Regardless, unless if a caution comes out before it, then he'll get the free pass still, but then somebody else will get the free pass at the end of the stage. Riley Herbst's back in the 51 for this race. Kyle Busch will be in their next race, along with Christopher Bell, Martin Truex, and Denny Hamlin. Get some races on the 51. There's Tanner Gray, even Taylor Gray from the Arca Menard series will get a race in the 51 for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Austin Wayne Self goes a lap down again, but he has a win this year, so in reality, he's already in the playoffs regardless of what happens. He won the first Las Vegas race, and then Urbane and the 11 took home the second Las Vegas race, which was the All-Star race. Now, a reminder for those of you who may be confused, the All-Star race for the Truck and Xfinity Series is for points, so you will get points towards the playoffs for that race. However, in the Cup Series, the tradition stays. It is for no points at all, non-points race. And next season, the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series are going to get their own clash and duels.
All clear.
The trucks will be at Bristol, and then the Xfinity cars will take on Homestead, Miami.
All clear.
For their clash and duels. And then the trucks and Xfinity cars will be moved to Daytona for their season opening race, as there's a caution, so Grant Enfinger gets his lap back, and that means Ben Rhodes at the end of the stage will get the free pass.
Coming to the green.
That is our 6th caution.
Right down, let's go.
There's the green flag.
2 laps to go.
2 laps to go in stage 1. The caution comes out now, it's official. Caution's gonna come out during the stage, so that's 7 cautions in stage 1 already. Grant Enfinger can kind of just relax because he knows at the end of this stage he's gonna restart in the top 3 anyway, up front, with next to the 11. He knows he's not gonna win the stage at this point because he restarted at the rear of the field.
Let's go.
And we're on the final lap, and the 11's already pulled away. So the 11 will come through turns 3 and 4, and just like he's done a lot this year, comes out of 4, and he will win stage 1 here at New Hampshire. Comes up high. There we go. So Irvine, Enfinger, Rhodes. Oh, how about a Chandler Smith and a Ross Chastain in 5th? Ross Chastain started on the pole, and he's back in 5th, but still plenty of racing to go. As the 11 will restart 2nd because he went on pit road, and Finger starts 1st. And Rhodes is back on the lead lap and will restart 3rd.
Got one inside.
And here's the green flag. Stage 2 underway, and we got 52 laps here in stage 2.
Careful, still there.
Meanwhile, a bump off Enfinger actually gives the 11 the momentum he needs. And now that they're on the straightaway, the 98 got hung out to dry.
Car outside. Hold your line. Clear high, bud.
So we're through a stage here at the Magic Mile, and we're going to complete lap 1 of stage 2. Always fun racing at the Magic Mile. Always, always, always fun racing at the Magic Mile. Does not matter what series it is in. In fact, this would be a great track for some SRX racing. I feel like SRX should really take advantage of more tracks. I mean, you got tracks like Chicagoland that have been taken off the NASCAR schedule. You could toss SRX at Chicagoland and let them go for a run. That way they're not just sitting there waiting for some magic thing to happen. I mean, you got the ARCA Menard series. If you're not going to run NASCAR anymore, throw ARCA on it, throw SRX, you got IndyCar, throw some super late models on it, some late model pickups, something like that. That's what motorsports needs to do. They need to find stuff for it. Really, Monster Jam could have an event there in the infield. Well, maybe not the infield, but at least the grass on the front stretch could turn into dirt, kind of like what they do at Atlanta. Just got to be a problem solver. 48 to go in stage 2, and the 11 is already catching the rear of the vehicles. So we're already through 4 laps here in stage 2. Yeah. And this stage and stage 1 will seem the longest.
Clear high, clear high.
Once you get in that final stage, though, it usually flies by quick.
All clear.
.47 to go here in stage 2. If you're just not tuned in, we appreciate it. You missed stage 1, and so far 5 laps in stage 2. We had 7 cautions this evening. That's what happens when you have these longer lap races. You have a lot more cautions. Stuff happens. It breaks. Stuff breaks on trucks.
All clear. Clear all around.
Makes his way around Moffitt.
All right, you're clear. Car high. Careful. All clear. outside.
Oh, off the wall. Spencer Boyd gonna go a lap down again.
All clear.
So currently only 3 trucks are on the lead lap. It's
Still there.
keyword yet,
Clear high,
but
bud.
we have not seen a caution yet here in stage 2. I'm sure one's gonna come out now that we just said that, but
Careful, still there. All right, clear low.
Trevor Bain for Sunday's race will be on board the 18.
Stay on the bottom here. All right, clear outside. All right, you're clear. Looking inside now. All clear. All right, you're clear.
Why don't we do a little cranking up here in stage 2?
All right, you're clear. All clear. All clear. All right, you're clear. All right, clear low. All right, you're clear.
Meanwhile, the 11 showed his displeasure with Austin Hill there for pulling down the track in front of him and turning him into the wall.
All right, you're coming to the green. Be ready here.
And we'll have a few more laps of cranking up.
All clear. Car outside. All right, you're clear.
Laps to go here in stage 2. 98 is just trying to get around the 11. 11 went up the track, remember, comes back down low. 34 laps to go here in stage 1. Or in stage 2, excuse me. Just let you listen to the team communication there for a minute.
Clear all around.
As the 11 had to go low there to avoid the 56. Lap traffic really does not move out of the way, so you gotta be careful. Oh, just like Martinsville, we've noticed that your best bet is to run it on the high side when you're in lap traffic. But then they want to come up on the straightaway, so then you cross over and go low.
Clear all around. All the way to the wall. All clear.
We got 30 to go in stage 2.
Careful, still there. Bottom 3.
I think the 11 got a piece of the 51 back there. Yeah, it looked like he bumped him on the way around.
You're all clear up top.
Anyway, we continue from the Magic Mile. The truck doing a green flag pit stop. Took me out of the race.
Still there.
And Rhodes is going to go a lap down again, and then
All right, you're clear.
that Eats
All
is
right,
there.
you're
Whoa,
clear.
whoa, 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 whoa. Stuart Friesen, your Daytona 1 winner.
Bottom clear.
The 11, your Daytona 2 winner. 52 goes a lap down. Every time the 11 passes that 52 and sees that checkered flag sticker on his truck, he knows that that technically should have been his. He got wrecked on the final lap as there's De Benedetto.
Careful, still
The
there.
21.
Top spray, use it if you need it.
Meanwhile, the 00 brake checks the 11.
Car down the inside.
We've only had 8 cautions in this race, and the most recent one was the 11 spun out the 16 of Austin Hill because Austin kind of came down the track on him. Kind of brake checked him on the corner, which is understandable. Kind of frustrating.
Clear high, bud.
Well, like I said, it's going to seem like this goes by slow, but once we get in that final stage, it's only going to fly by quicker. And once you get in that final stage, it seems to be going definitely a little faster. We had 55 laps in stage 1, 52 here in stage 2, and currently undetermined how many green flag laps we'll have in stage 3, which is the final stage at the moment, but
Stay high, stay high.
we'll know for sure
Alright,
once we
you're
get
clear.
the restart going. For stage 3. Well, first, we gotta make it through this one. Zane Smith of the 38. Gonna go another lap down. Currently running 9th, so we'll be in the playoff pictures once he finishes 9th tonight. We're 25 to go in stage 2.
Yellow's out. Actor
There's
down.
the 9th cautions. We'll actually have 22 to go in stage 2.
All right, you're coming to the green. You ready? Green flag, green flag.
There's the green flag.
Hard from the outside, outside. All right, you're clear.
So again, since it's a longer race, it's expected to have a lot more cautions. And the 11 currently running second. Oh! Got loose there for a minute. Here he goes. Sends it under the 98.
All right, you're clear.
Bumps the 98 up the track.
Got one inside. All clear.
Oh, Winfinger gets him in the wall.
Yellow flag.
And caution comes out with 21 to go.
All right, you're coming to the green. Ready, ready. All right, let's go.
Left bounces off of Winfinger. Tries to slow him down some more with 18 to go.
Careful, still there.
Crossover.
All right, you're clear.
Now a run for the 11. And with that with the amount of pressure Winfinger's put the 11 under tonight, is he really a contender for this race? I really think so. He's put the 11 under a lot of pressure tonight. And there's still 17 laps to run here in stage 2. So he can easily get around him for the stage win, which would be the first of the year for Grant Winfinger. Yeah, he would love to win a race so he can win his way into the playoffs. He can do it by getting around that 11. Just 16 remain here in stage 2. And now that the 98's not there, the 11's telling his crew chief he actually has more room to navigate through the turns safely without worrying about overshooting it. Well, 15 to go, and at this point, Winfinger's going to need a caution to catch up to the leader. Well, we know at the end of the stage we're going to see our 10th caution. It's crazy to think that it is going to be our 10th caution of the race already. It could even be our 11th or 12th throwing up. We could have a lot more cautions by the time this stage is over. So, right now, the end of the stage would be our 10th yellow flag. It could be our 11th, 12th, 13th, 15th, and it just really depends. Well, Winfinger's going to have to come up with a better solution if he's going to catch the 11. Yeah, I mean, he's fast, but just not fast enough. There's 13 laps going stage 2. Even if you don't win your first stage of the year,
You're all clear up top.
you could still win your first race of the year.
Clear high.
And for the
clear high.
Clash next season at Bristol, here in the Truck Series, you need to have either a race win or a stage win.
Still there.
Or even a pole position. So Ross Chastain could go Clash racing next season. And there will be 12 trucks eligible for the Clash. The rest of them will just be there to race. But only 12 of them will be eligible to win the clash.
Careful, still there. Road is clear.
Whoever goes to the playoffs this season of the Truck Series are going to take the first 10 spots, and then only 2 other trucks can make it in the clash. So drivers got to keep that in mind too. And we're going to reach 10 to go once we get back to the line. So unless if there's another yellow flag, Grant and Finger, unfortunately, not going to be able to make it happen this stage. The 11's just too far ahead. But, I mean, it could. He could catch up to the 11 for all we know. The 11 could wreck, there could be a caution. Anything could happen, but right now it looks like not going to happen.
Clear high, bud.
Because we only have 10 to go in stage 2.
All right, you're clear. Clear high, bud.
Give us a sec. We're back.
All right, you're clear. Car outside. All clear.
Lap traffic is definitely where Grant and Finger
All right, you're clear.
probably would be able to make something happen if he was close enough. Because lap traffic is obviously slowing the 11 down if he gets stuck behind it. We know how bad Grant and Finger wants this race win, though. And just before he gets into the back of Stuart Friesen, he jumps low. Still waiting for that 10th caution. Will it happen before the end of the stage?
All clear.
On the line, we'll have 7 laps to go in stage 2.
Clear high, bud. Car high. Careful. All clear.
Well, like we said, unless the caution comes out, not gonna happen for Grant and Finger in the stage, but we still got one final stage after this. Try to make a move on the 11. But look how good the 11 is. I mean, he's just able to dominate these races. And that is good. I mean, he's all set for the playoffs at this point. But it doesn't hurt to add more points towards your regular season championship, which is more than likely going to go to the 11. And that will be awarded during the regular season finale for the trucks at Texas.
All right, you're clear.
Emoji smiling face with heart eyes, emoji block of love, emoji okay hand, emoji grinning face with sweat.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top.
And just 4 laps remain here in stage 2. Well, the last time the 11 got eyes on Austin Hill, it was
Still there.
oh, into the wall. Nemechek sends him back. But last time the 11 saw Austin Hill, 11 took him out because he came down the track on him. But he had a run going on the bottom. And Austin ended up in the wall. And Nemechek is lucky that the 11 wants this stage win because he probably would have sent him. 3 laps to go. I don't want to get Grant Enfinger's hopes up. That, and I think it would end the stage anyway, so Grant Enfinger still wouldn't win the stage. Yeah, so now if our 10th caution comes out, that's the end of the stage. So either we're going to see the green and white checkers, and then the caution, or we're just going to see the caution waved with the green and white checkers on the final lap of stage 2. Which we got 2 to go.
Stay on the bottom. Clear high, clear high. Clear all around.
And you know Grant Enfinger's got to be stressed. He had all that pressure on the 11 during stage 2. And none of it's going to matter. Because the 11 found out a way to get away from him. We're on the final lap of stage 2. Gonna go around Matt Benedetto again. And then around Tanner Gray.
Still there. All clear. Clear high, bud.
And yet again, just like he did at Martinsville a week ago, the 11 will come off turn 4 and will sweep the stages.
All clear.
They'll take stage 2. So Purbain, Enfinger, Crafton, Rhodes, and Chastain still 5th. And that's your top 5 for stage 2 as we get ready to get the final stage underway. Well, it's been an exciting race from the Magic Mile so far, and I'm sure that it will only get more exciting from here, as here we go to start the final stage. That's our 10th caution, by the way.
Ready.
There's the green.
Farther on the inside.
And 62 laps to go. They can actually go to the finish because they got 69 laps of fuel. Finger takes the lead, takes advantage of the lead, but look at the 11. Bumps into him, slows him down, gets a run down the back straightaway. And if moves like that can keep being made, look how far he already pulled away too. If he can continue to make moves like that, Grant Enfinger will not win this race. Well, still got 61 laps to run, though. Anything can happen. As we're on your helmet cam, presented by YouTube TV Network. In front of him, he sees what every driver wants to see, absolutely nothing. You know what Grant Enfinger sees? He sees the 11 and he's going to try to attack at a chance he gets. We're on your dash cam presented by YouTube TV Network now. And then a couple of laps will go to your roof cam presented by YouTube TV Network. Now we actually go to your roof cam. traffic.
Careful, still there. All clear. All clear.
This is not what Grant Enfinger wants to see, because this is what got Grant Enfinger in trouble last time. When the 11 got into lap traffic, the 11 put so many trucks between him and the 98 that Enfinger did not have any chance to win the stage. Well, you know Grant Enfinger would just love to win this race, though, so he can get into that clash next season. It can be done with points, but it's just more challenging. And again, you only get 2 spots left for freebies because the 10 trucks that go to the playoffs this season will be in the clash at Bristol next season. And we're doing stage 1 all over again, 55 laps to go. It's hard to think in just a couple of laps we'll be doing stage 2 all over again. Yeah, stage 1, well, my mode's gonna fly by really fast. Only 3 to 4 laps of stage 1.
All clear. All clear.
Well, we'll see if the magic mile is kind to Grant Enfinger, though. As any track that is Martinsville style, rather it be New Hampshire or Martinsville itself, the 11's proved that he can be dominant at, as he continues to dominate this race. He's led most of the laps out here tonight. Not all of them like he did in the Cup race at Martinsville last week, but still, most of the laps is better than none of the laps. But in reality, it comes down to that final lap. That's the lap that really matters. None of these laps matter, but the final lap does.
Stay on the bottom here. All clear.
Again, the playoffs open up at Talladega. And when we know for sure what date that is going to be, we'll let you know.
Stay high. Stay high.
Next season, we're going to try something. Oh, up on the 2 wheels. It's the 15 race safely. Because there was a lot of contact there between the 11 and 15, but the 11 had to worry about the 00 up top. And next season, we'll try to have more advertisements on these, so we can get more viewers.
You're all clear up top. Clear high, bud.
Here's hanging in there with us. We have the final 51 laps, which, again, it's not going to take long because usually the final stage flies by the rookies.
All right, clear outside.
Also, for those of you guys wondering when SRX will be, that will be on Sunday, so if we need to, we can move. We're not going to be broadcasting Cup Series, but they can move Cup action to
Careful, still there. Clear high,
Monday. Yeah, because we got to get that SRX race in.
Yellow's out. Anchor down.
As there's the 11th caution of the evening. Getting ready for the restart.
Ready.
Here's the green flag. .47 to go on the Magic Mile.
Car outside. All clear.
Oh, Enfinger had a run there for a minute on the 11. But lost it. Ooh, Ben Rhodes. He jumps up to second. For a minute. But still currently running third. like it just or it seems like the stage just started and we're already down to 46 to go. Man, that's crazy. It goes by crazy fast. Oh, actually, never mind. That was not Ben Rhodes because Matt Crafton makes his way to second. Ben Rhodes drops to fourth as Grant Enfinger drops to third. Sheldon Creed is back in the truck series for this race. And then Corey Heim will be in the 2 next week. Final 44 laps, and you know Grant Enfinger is probably getting a little upset. I mean, he was doing great, chasing down the 11, putting him under pressure. But now is pretty much has just lost his way here. As he's back to third. See what he can do in the closing laps. Oh, the 11's in the wall. He recovers, and we're going to stay green. 43 to go.
Clear high, clear high. You're all clear up top.
Max speed, the 11 has gone down the front stretch, was about 135 miles per hour. And he drops down to his 90s.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
And that is how you're going to run a mistake-free race, as Enfinger makes his way back to second. It looks like he pulled away from Crafton and Rhodes a little bit. I want to see if he can get to the leader. It's going to take a 12th caution, most likely. I want to see if he can get to the leader. And there's the 12th caution, and here we go. Everybody's caught up with one another. It's anybody's at this point. Only 4 trucks are on the lead lap, and we take the green flag. With 38 laps to go.
You're all clear up top. Hold your line.
Looking Grant Enfinger and the others are getting down to the wire here. Well, you already know Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes wants to do something, but you knew all race Grant Enfinger wasn't going to make it easy for the 11. But the 11's kind of making it look easy. I mean, he keeps pulling away from the 98. And then that keeps the 98 in pressure with the 88, and the 88 is trying to get up there and take the lead. Well, it's going to be a consecutive finish for Thor Sport unless one of them can pass the 11. Or unless if one of them crashes or falls back. Well, the highest we've gone in the cautions is 15th. We have not had more than 15 cautions. Now, there's still 36 laps to go from New Hampshire here, and we just wonder, will there be a 15th caution? As the 88 makes his way back to second, so Crafton is currently running second over Enfinger, so that's where the race is at. Oh, meanwhile, Crafton not Crafton. Enfinger made a move on Crafton and has second back. And that's what the 11 wants to see in his rearview mirror. Them battling it out because he can continue to pull away as they're trying to fight each other for second place. But he better be careful and hope the 13th caution is going to come out, because then, again, they all restart together, and then he's got to pull off yet another great restart, and there it is. So there's 5 trucks on the lead lap. Sheldon Creed was the free pass truck. And again, the 11's going to keep it mistake-free on this restart and getting in. However, 11 does go up the track with 32 to go, almost getting turned into the wall. Did get turned a little bit. That actually opened the door for Kraft. Now we'll see if Kraft can go chase down the 11. So if he can chase down the 11 then, and get around him, then he doesn't have to worry about Infinger stealing his position. Back on the track. "31 laps remain." It's been a wild race so far. Who's gonna win it? Why don't we go to one final crank it up?
outside. All clear. Clear high, clear high.
27 laps to go, and Infinger moves back into second place. Infinger is just hoping for a 14th caution so he can catch up to that leader again.
All clear, all clear. Top spray, use it if you need it.
Meanwhile, the leader is liking the fact that Infinger has all these lap trucks to go around because that means he's not catching up to him. Yeah, but 26 laps to catch the leader is really not enough, especially if they remain green flag laps. None of them go to caution.
All right, clear outside.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a caution.
Clear.
Gets in the back of 20.
All right, clear.
And Matt Kraft makes his way back to second. So all Crafton needs is a caution. He can catch up to the leader. Regardless if they win the race or not, they will go into the playoff picture. But again, you want to win a race and lock yourself into those playoffs. Less than 25 to go from the magic mile. Oh, contact, contact. And everybody saves it. Oh, more contact. But everybody keeps it straight.
Stay low.
And we continue
All right,
on.
you're clear.
Kraft and Spotter told him that there was contact, but nobody spun out, so we can continue on. Oh, but there is a caution. So Crafton has caught up to the leader, but bad news for Crafton. Infinger's now caught up to him. And Rhodes, so either or could pass Crafton. 21 laps to go.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
And already pulling away from Crafton. So that's our 14th caution. Will we see another one as Infinger makes a move on Crafton? Almost saw a caution there.
20 to go. You got it.
Final 20 laps. Still plenty of time for a 15th caution. Again, the Thor Sport teammates are hoping for that so they can catch up to the 11 and try to get around them. But the 11's just been fantastic on the restarts. Yeah, if you're going to stop the 11, it's going to be on that restart. You want to make sure you restart first, so that way it puts the 11 under pressure and makes the 11, forces him to think about a plan. And then you can pull away from the 11. Just 18 laps to go. From New Hampshire. Still kind of hard to believe we started this back in the first weekend of December, and the season's already almost over. It seems like just yesterday it started. Again, Austin Wayne Self winning the first Las Vegas race. Stuart Friesen winning the first Daytona race. And then Urban finally got his first win of the year at Iowa in race number 3. Ever since then, his team's been pretty dominant in the Truck Series. And 16 laps away from yet another victory. Oh, but there's going to be a 15 caution. As he got into the back of Majesty. And now Ross Chastain is back on the lead lap in 6th.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here. All right, let's go.
Oh, 13 to go. Do we go to overtime?
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Or does it all end here? Uh-oh, the 11 moved up the track, comes down the block. Can this open up the door for Crafton?
Got a car high now. You're all clear up top. Outside, outside. Clear high, bud.
12 laps to go. What a race it's been here tonight. It's been exciting. We've seen Crafton get into second place, and Finger been able to get it back or put pressure on the leader. Ben Rhodes running in the top 5.
Alright, here we go. Nice.
Which again puts him in the playoff picture, and we just need 10 more laps. Year from the Magic Mile. Will we see a 16th caution for the first of the year? Or will the final 10 laps be all green flag?
Don't move, stay high. Alright, you're clear. Outside, outside. All clear.
Then the back Austin himself and had to move around him.
All clear.
8 laps to go.
All clear.
Contact at the
Careful,
turn.
still there. Alright, clear outside. Clear high, clear high.
7 laps to go.
Hard from the outside, outside.
Oh, and the 11 wasn't very happy with
Powers
him
called the
because he
caution.
put him right in the wall. We'll have 4 laps to go.
Alright, you're coming to screen. Almost ready. Screen is out.
Oh, look at the run Endfinger's got. You see the 11 knows this.
Alright, you're clear. Hold your line, got one outside. Alright, you're clear. Got a car low
Coming
now.
down.
Outside, outside. Alright, clear outside. Clear down low.
Whoa, that was close. Almost lost the lead. Kraft takes over second. 3 laps to go. Finger's gonna try to make a move for second again. And he's gonna get it. With 2 laps to go.
Alright, we need some more good laps from him.
Oh, down the track.
Yellow flag.
And that will bring out a caution. So we will go to overtime. Bounced off the wall and went low and got into the wall.
Coming to the green.
And here we go, a green-white checker
Ready.
finish.
Green down, let's go. Good to go. Stay low, stay low. Clear high, clear high. Outside.
Crafton looking for second. Get it off of Endfinger. He can. The white flag is out here at New Hampshire. Can Crafton catch up to the leader? Well, he's not gonna be able to catch the lead unless if he can get a run down the straightaway. But can he keep second? I mean, it really depends. Oh, off turn 4, and he'll win at the Magic Mile. But does the 88 keep second all the way to the finish
Go
line?
get the checker flag. It's yours.
We will find out. Just like Martinsville, not really a lot of room to celebrate. We can hit a small donut. And Crafton was able to hang on to it. And with that, there's a look at your top 10, and we will say so long. But first, before we do, we will tell you where we are racing next week. And that is Pocono. So until then, so long, everybody.